What up, geeks? It's Rob from the Geek Abides, and today we're reviewing the BFG. The new Steven Spielberg movie is based on the novel by Roald Dahl, which also happens to be one of my favorite children's books of all time. The movie was also written by Melissa Matheson, who wrote E.T., which is my favorite movie of all time, so I think we're in for something special. The movie is about a little girl named Sophie who's in an orphanage, and at night she suffers from insomnia. One night, while looking out the window, she sees a giant hand pick up a garbage can and set it right side up. So the giant has no choice but to abduct this little girl right out of her bed and take her back to giant country because he doesn't want the little girl to tell everybody in the world there's giants running around. The opening of the movie is a tad bit scary when you consider the fact that this girl gets abducted right out of her bed. Could be a little scary for some of the littler kids out there, but once you find out the giant's actually a friendly dude, it's not so bad.
Please don't eat me.
You think because I'm a giant that I'm a man-gobbling cannibal?
The movie's really about the relationship that develops between Sophie and the BFG.
Call me the big friendly giant.
The rest of the giants in the movie aren't so nice. They're actually cannibals. And at night, they sneak off into the city to steal little children to eat them. Again, pretty horrifying. So it's up to Sophie to come up with a plan to try and stop these giants from eating people. And the rest of the movie is the execution of that plan. Okay, let's talk about the cast. Mark Rylance is amazing in this. He plays the BFG, the big friendly giant. He's a motion capture character. And this has got to be the best motion capture I have ever seen. In some of the other movies that use motion capture, like say The Polar Express, they never get the face right, but that's not true here. The face is amazing. There's actually life in the eyes of the big friendly giant, and that's so cool. The standout in this movie is Ruby Barnhill, who plays Sophie. This girl is full of sass. She's not afraid to stand up for herself, and she's not afraid to call somebody out if she thinks they're doing somebody wrong.
Are you scared?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Ruby Barnhill has an amazing career ahead of her. I can't wait to see her in more stuff. All right, let's talk about what I liked. I really love the relationship that develops between Sophie and the big friendly giant. You really feel like these characters come to love each other and respect each other. And one thing that I really loved is Sophie is actually a really smart little girl.
I have a plan.
Brave Sophie.
When it's time to confront the other giants, she is all about coming up with a good plan. It's not about running in and just fighting them, but she actually thinks it through. This movie actually has a really important anti-bullying message. If somebody is bullying you, you can go and say something and get help. And that's what this movie is really about. Sophie sees that the other giants are bullying the BFG, and she's not going to stand for that. She actually comes up with a plan to make things right. And look, if you're being bullied anywhere in your life, stand up for yourself and go tell somebody, and somebody will help you. The cinematography in this movie is amazing, particularly the Tree of Dreams. That really was a beautiful segment. I also really like the score by John Williams. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's John friggin' Williams. This isn't a movie that's all action in your face all the time. This movie actually really takes its time to develop the relationships between all the characters, and you really get to know these people. Sure, there's a few action segments that are pretty interesting and a lot of fun, but mostly it's just people sitting around, getting to know each other, and talking things out. So there were a few things I didn't like about this movie, but they're really kind of nitpicky. I didn't really like the ongoing fart jokes through the movie, although the kids in the audience thought it was a blast, literally.
Uh-oh. Pardon me?
Also, this movie completely relies on CGI. Thankfully, the CGI is really good. I would have loved to have seen what this movie looked like completely live action. Other than the leader of the giants, I found the other giants to be completely forgettable. I heard that Bill Hader voices one of the giants, and I really couldn't even find him. Like, I listened for him, and it just blended in with all the others. Final thoughts? In my opinion, this movie is an instant family classic. If you're a kid at heart, you're gonna love this movie. If you're a little macho, it might not be for you. Although it's not one of Spielberg's best movies he's ever made, it is a fun family film that you can take your whole family to and you'll enjoy it. I'm gonna give this movie an 8 out of 10. I can't wait to watch this down the road with my family, with my grandkids someday. I'll definitely return to this movie time and time again. Alright guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this review of the BFG. Hey, did you see the BFG? What'd you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. We'll see you next week, and until then, the Geek Abides.